Welcome everyone, welcome to a brand new Let's Play, and the thumbnail would have already given it away. We are playing some of the Mass Effect series. Love this series, amazing BioWare RPG. So, we are starting with Mass Effect 2. That's because, while I love the first one, it is a bit tedious and a bit of a grind to get 100%, because if you've never played these games before, so the whole point, or not the whole point of it, but what they built, what BioWare built, is effectively one big story that goes across 3 games. And you're just like, yeah, okay, that's how sequels work. But decisions you make in the first game do carry over to as far as the 3rd game. Not generally massive decisions, but there are some changes. So if you want to get the full experience, you need to complete the first game, do all the stuff in it. Then you get to the 2nd game, you do all the stuff in it. Then when you get to the 3rd game, suddenly all this stuff opens up, and there's a lot of references and things like that. So I don't really have the time, the inclination, and I don't think it would make good viewing to play Mass Effect 1 for the channel. So we're playing Mass Effect 2. But the way I'm counteracting this is I'm importing someone else's save from the first game. So there's a big website dedicated to Mass Effect 1 and 2 saves that you can use to import into other things. So I have this save from Mass Effect 1, I looked through the decisions that they made, and they are mostly what I would make. There is one glaring one that I don't like, but nevertheless, this is pretty good. And it is the male shepherd. I do like FemShep. I definitely rate FemShep a lot higher, but this is sort of a nostalgia trip for me. The first time I played this, I went through as a male shepherd. So yeah, that's a nostalgia trip. I think it comes into its own in the 3rd game, but definitely a lot of people say FemShep has a lot more. The voice actor Jennifer Hale for FemShep definitely has, I don't know, a lot more range of emotion and stuff than the voice actor for the male Shepard. I don't actually remember who it is. Which says a lot on its own there, but yeah, I do agree with that, but I like the male Shepard in the 3rd game specifically. So we are going to play through 2nd game and 3rd game, but if you want to see me play the first game, let me know in the comments, either now or when we finish or whatever. I'll go back and play that. But it's a bit tedious. I think starting with the 2nd one, where it started to get exciting, is sort of where we're at. So all this is pretty standard stuff. If you don't know the story to Mass Effect 1, you don't know the story to Mass Effect, that's fine. I actually have all the DLC, so we get, there's a little interactive comic thing that tells you about stuff at the start. So you can see in this save game, he was an adept, psionics. I do like psionics. There's a Paragon playthrough. Rex survived. And this is the decision I don't like, that Ashley Williams was one killed on Vermeer. I think Ashley's really annoying in the first game, but in the 2nd and 3rd, I like her a lot more than Kaidan. Kaidan's very boring, whereas Ashley has a lot of depth, and we save the council in the thing. So anyway, we'll just get straight into it. I love the opening for this game. I think it has a ton of impact for the way it came out. Because you've got to remember, so this game came several years after the first game, where you played an adventure that might have been, I'd say 50 hours maybe, with this character. And then they're in the 2nd one you can import that Shepard and come in as a fresh one. And you'll see the rest. If you haven't seen the Mass Effect 2 intro and you don't know about the Mass Effect series, I won't spoil it for you, but it's very powerful.
It's not enough.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending him to fight Geth.
The game looks great, too.
Geth. We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow him. He's a hero, a bloody icon.
Good Australian voice actress and actress, Yvonne Strahovski.
Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose him.
If you're a little bit confused, just bear with it. The interactive comic comes after, so there's a bit of a scroll here, but the interactive comic comes after the opening section, and it explains a lot of the first. So things like the Reapers, the Geth, and stuff like that. Don't worry about it just yet. it does do like a little cinematic and explains it a bit better. But what you really need to know is Shepard is like Space Commander Jesus, that he's just like the best at everything, and he has his own ship, the Normandy, which is where we are right now. Very cool. Like, this is when BioWare made amazing RPGs, man.
Emission sinks active.
It sucks that Mass Effect Andromeda was bad, because Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 was amazing. Like, best series, one of the best series I've ever played.
3 ships
Absolutely
went
love
missing
it.
here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Just imagine you know
It's so sci-fi as well. I love it. I love a good sci-fi. Like, the two BioWare, like, big franchises, Mass Effect
Now on intercept.
and Dragon Age, like, I love both of them to
Stealth systems
death.
are engaged.
I should
There's
play
no way
Dragon
that ship
Age
could possibly-
as a series.
Gaff. Brace for evasive maneuvers.
Presley!
Kinetic barriers down. Multiple hull breaches. Weapons offline. Somebody get that fire out.
Sorry, I'm just sitting here absorbing this. I always forget just how good this is. So, like, you play the whole first game, you beat, like, a galactic threat, and then, boom, start of the second game, you're under attack. Like, the ship's just fallen apart, basically. Love it. Like, you can't get a better opening than this.
Shepard!
Here we are.
Distress beacon is ready for launch.
Will the Alliance get here in time?
So here we go. First decision. We'll just say they damn well better. Doesn't matter.
I'm not doing this just so they can find our frozen corpses. Get everyone onto the escape shuttle.
Joker's still in the cockpit. You won't evacuate.
Like, I think this game does a really good job. Even if you haven't played the first one, you can get a good idea of who Shepard is just from this first part. Yeah, there's no time to argue.
I need you to get the crew onto the evac shuttles. I'll take care of Joker.
Like, you get a good fix of, like, his personality and what kind of person he is just from this.
Now.
Like, ship's blowing up around him, and he's more worried about, like, getting the pilot. He's like, all my crew have to get out of here. Like, I'll go get the pilot, you get to the escape shuttle, save everyone you can.
Everybody in! Go, go, go!
Like, very, very well cinematic. Well, she's not going to be Mass Effect 3. Well, she's not going to be Mass Effect 2 either, really. Oh, and the trailers for the Mass Effect series are some of the best I think I've ever seen. Like, pause this video now, go watch the trailer for Mass Effect 2. Then, if you love that, continue pausing this video, go watch the trailer for Mass Effect 3. They use 2 Steps from Hell music, and it's amazing. Alright, but here we are, we're in control. You have to go get Joker out of the cockpit. And this game looks amazing at the start, like... Look at that. Like, again, what an opening, like... And because this came out so long after the first one was very clunky and it wasn't that graphically amazing. Whereas you get straight into this one and, like... You tell me this doesn't look great. Even compared to today's standards. Like, it's a little dated, but not much, right?
Come on, Joker. We have to get out of here.
No, I won't.
The faces are a little bit
I can still save her.
off, but that's okay.
The Normandy's lost. Going down with the ship won't change that.
Yeah, okay. Help me up.
So just like background for like Joker, he can't walk. He's got like a... Well, he can walk, but he's got a very like rare brittle bone disease, basically. So yeah, like if he fell over in the shower, he'd like break his back or he'd break his femur or something. Like that grab on the arm probably fractured his arm. Like it's very brittle bone disease. I'm getting tingles again. It's so good, man, like... Words cannot describe how much I love this opening. They advertise like, oh, you placed Shepard in the second one, and then, like, this is the opening. Shepard's ship's gone, he saved his crew, but he's just in space, like, you can see it's choking, his suit's got leaks. Like, that's it. Cue the musical sting. Awesome. Like... I feel like it speaks for itself. I can say all sorts of things about how much I love that, but it's such a good thing. So yeah, here's the comic like DLC thing.
Just another routine mission.
This is where it
Why
talks
do they
about
always
everything.
Say that before a mission. Of course, it's routine. You haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
It's everything that happens along the way. The choices you make, the paths you choose, that turn the routine into anything.
Now, normally,
of
if
course,
you
that's how it started.
just start a new
mission,
game,
answering a distress call.
and you don't import a save, you can like pick your decisions here. But I think it just should just walk through.
Captain Anderson's new ship when the distress call came in.
Yeah. So now it's talking about the first
Patrol on
game.
Eden Prime had been attacked. They'd seen something they couldn't explain, and whatever it was massive. I hit the ground with my lieutenant, Caden Olenko, a good kid, loyal, by the book, with a talent for biotics. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol, Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams.
Sorry, I won't talk much in this first bit just because like there's a lot of story-heavy stuff.
Ready to take on whatever came her way.
I don't want to
Ashley
distract you
joined up with
guys.
us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. That's when we saw it. The ship. Like nothing I'd ever seen. It was massive, scorching the colony and everything around it as it blasted away.
I only kind of vaguely remember the first one, actually.
We followed the path of destruction to an artifact, a beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans. The colony had dug it up, and whoever attacked them had tried to take it. Chief Williams made the mistake of getting too close. It hit her with some type of energy. I grabbed her and threw her out
Oh
of the way.
yeah, that's how everything
That's when it
happened.
hit me.
Oh my god.
Hard.
I forgot
Every
about
muscle
that.
in my body went rigid. I couldn't move. Could barely breathe. Everything went black. And then I saw something. A vision. Dream. Nightmare.
This is actually a pretty good description of the first
Halfway
one.
to the Citadel on our way to meet the Council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen. Anderson came along. So did Adina, our political representative on the Citadel. With those two heavyweights, it seemed reasonable we could persuade the Council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat. As was the individual behind the attacks.
Like this is classic space opera stuff, and I love it.
The
This is
main
like,
suspect
you know,
for
the
Eden
Star
Prime
Wars type
massacre
thing.
was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen by one of the survivors from the colony.
So Spectres are like
Eden
special
Prime.
forces
And there was
of...
some evidence to suggest
like,
that
the
ship was
Galactic
connected
Council.
to Saren. But even Adina's pointed accusations weren't enough to convince the Council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof. Which meant I needed proof.
They're kind of like a cross between soldiers and detectives. And
Fortunately,
police.
I
Sort
wasn't
of.
alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help. A top agent for Citadel Security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren, and he had some useful leads.
Love Garrus.
More importantly,
Brilliant character.
he was willing to share them.
He's in this
Led
one.
me to Rex, the biggest, nastiest looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen. He turned out to be more than just a brute. It was his intel that led to a fugitive with incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little Quarian named Tally.
And there's my real
A
bae.
tech expert with a knack for hacking. She'd procured some information on Saren.
Tali
Evidence that
is
proved
the
Saren
true
was dirty.
romance option in this game. Like,
Tali's
don't
evidence
at me.
proved that Saren was
Tali
responsible
is
for
the
the
one.
massacre on Eden Prime, and that the immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further. Saren was trying to find a way to bring back a race of sentient machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all life 50,000 years ago, including the Protheans, then disappearing back through the mass relays to dark space, leaving no trace.
So mass relays are like the fast and light travel they used to get around. They're like these big...
It made some sense out of my visions.
they're like these big things in space, like these big structures that sort of shoot you to the next one. They're very cool. You'll see them a lot in
Reapers
this.
were a threat, but they agreed Saren had to be stopped. They stripped him of his Spectre status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre. My first task? Bring down Saren.
Yeah, it's just that
Anderson
easy.
Decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I would need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara, a Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species.
So, according to the save, we
Liara was able to
romanced
help
her
me
in the first
decipher
game.
some of the vision the beacon had given me.
It's like the game's got that Star Trekky Kirk space sex, which is always the best.
Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Ashley was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission.
But we chose Liara, because screw you, Ashley.
I told Liara about how I felt. Apparently she'd felt it too. But we agreed we wouldn't let it get in the way of our mission. Finding Saren.
And then they boned, which they absolutely did do in the first
Liara's
one.
help, we had our next lead. Benezia. Saren had taken her to Novarian, where he'd enslaved a dangerous race of insect-like creatures, the Rachni. He ordered Benezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni Queen. The Queen's drones
Like,
were everywhere.
bear with
They
me,
weren't
it is
happy.
dragging on a
We had
bit,
to fight
but
through hundreds of them to
once
get
you've
Benezia.
seen this, like,
By
it
the
will
time we
all make
arrived,
sense. You
Saren
won't
was
have that
gone.
many questions in...
With the information, I
in
tried
Mass
to
Effect
reason
2.
with Benezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Benezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni Queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her. But the Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sins.
Yep,
And the Queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with
it's
her.
the right choice.
With
You can't
Saren's
just
top
you
lieutenant
can't just
dead,
extinctify
he was quickly
someone.
running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army
Right,
of
yeah, it was a Krogan.
He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. But the Krogan Saren was breeding.
So the
were
Krogan
slaves.
are like massively
Mindless
warlike
beasts
race.
that
They're kind of
obeyed
like the
Saren's
Klingons
will.
from Star Trek,
Had to
except
destroy the base.
they breed a
and
lot
all its
quicker.
research. Rex disagreed. Violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I
Yeah.
tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real. But he wouldn't back down. Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this wasn't the way to help his people, and that Saren was the real threat.
I like this thing.
When we
Last time I
finally got to
played
the
this,
center
I
of the
didn't have
base,
this comic.
I realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan.
It's actually very cool.
He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that. What I couldn't understand was why Saren would
So, like,
help it.
the whole Mass Effect series is basically about the Reapers. It's about fighting off the Reaper invasion.
Sovereign knew
Where they're basically just sentient machines that
destroy the
just,
base and get
every
the hell out.
50,000 years, they wipe
Split up
out
my team
all
in two
sentient
squads,
life in the
sending
galaxy.
Ash with one,
Like,
Cade
all
with
organic
the other
life,
as
they just
distraction.
wipe it all out.
We had a nuke, and we planned to use
And,
it.
like,
Before we could detonate
time's
the bomb,
ticking.
Saren showed
Like,
up.
deadline's
Fought.
coming up.
I stalled him to make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth. It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinating everyone. It was
the
Sovereign,
ship. Yeah.
the Reaper. And Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence, but he was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him.
Like, this is all top stuff. Like,
Before
this
I could
is...
convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates.
I love
I
it.
tried, but I wasn't fast enough.
Yeah.
I could only save one of them.
And we only saved Caden because...
Ash was a good friend, and a great soldier.
Because whoever the,
I had to choose, and I chose Caden.
yeah, whoever the person was that
The
played
last time Saren would slip
this
away
save
from me.
game is really
I knew
boring.
then,
I
the next time we met,
dislike Caden a
One of
lot.
us would die, with my team mostly intact. We chased Saren and his army to Ilos.
It's actually skipping out a
Long
whole
lost
section
planet that
here,
once belonged to the Protheans.
but it's not that
As we
important, I
prepared
guess.
for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. I assured them all that despite the odds,
Obviously, this is the first episode, so we'll do, like,
But my
double
arm
length, so
saw
don't
through
worry,
my
like, we'll
words.
get some gameplay in. I
I knew I
promise.
was hurting after Ash's death. She could sense my doubts. We both knew this mission could be our last. Until that moment, we'd put our feelings aside for the sake
Oh,
of
okay,
that
so no,
mission.
this is where they boned.
But why wait?
Right.
We gave in to each other, and it was perfect. While it lasted.
Nice.
We arrived on Ilos, close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago.
Yeah, so there you go, as I said
Every
before.
50,000 years before that.
It's a big
Each
cycle.
time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died, like every species before them. But a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to dark space, slowing the Reapers' return, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel.
So if you don't know, like,
Re-establish the
dark
Reapers'
space is
dark
actually a
space.
thing. It's just the space between
Bringing the waiting
galaxies.
Reapers
Because,
here
you know,
to
like, galaxies
destroy
are,
us all.
are millions of miles apart. Like,
We followed him
billions,
to the
trillions. So all
was
that,
attacked,
like, nothingness in between
heavily
galaxies
damaged.
is where the Reapers
He had
just
caught
chill.
the Council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his flagship, there was little hope the fleets could counterattack with enough strength. to
Yeah, they
take
never
back the
really,
Citadel.
like, it takes until
But Saren
Mass
was
Effect
done.
3 before they really kind of
I was
explain
done chasing.
how the whole
As the Alliance and
Reaper
Citadel fleets
thing
battled Saren's
goes.
army outside, I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel Tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him.
Nope. He just died.
As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight.
Because really it was
Council
Sovereign's
was aboard
army.
the Destiny Ascension, and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our human alliance fleet in jeopardy. The Council had to be saved. They represented the hearts and minds of the galactic community. Without them, the fleets would be in disarray. Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated, and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet.
Yeah, and this is the
Battle
big thing.
against Sovereign.
That, like,
Single Reaper.
there's one Reaper in the first game.
Relentless. It took the combined
And
fleets of humanity and the other races. But in
This
the
thing
end,
was like, it is,
Sovereign fell.
Sovereign is so
the
big
costs were immense.
and so crazy, and they have like such high-tech technology
While
that they just
humanity's
killed
efforts
like
in the war
hundreds
was our
of
first seat on
ships
the
before he
council.
went down.
It was a hollow victory. The Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new
And
responsibilities.
like, when the Reapers come back in the third
The
one,
choice
there
of
are like
humanity's
hundreds
first
of ships,
council was left
thousands
for me
of
to
Reapers.
decide. On the one hand,
It's crazy.
Medina, the lifetime politician. Ruthless and ambitious, he would easily navigate the political landmines that would soon be put in front of him. The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier. Tough but fair, but a friend, and someone I could trust. Both great leaders in their own right.
Oh, I get to pick. Anderson is who I always pick.
Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it.
Yeah,
No ambition to get in the
that's how
way.
it normally goes. Not generally
What was
true
over?
though, politicians are a
The threat
little bit
passed.
different.
In time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired, Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned to cleanup duty, rooting out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
And that's how we got to the routine mission where we got jumped by a ship, an unknown ship, and exploded. And here we go. Now we're into the actual game. Like, we're through the Genesis comic, which was actually a cool addition. I like that. That was a DLC that came a lot later, I think. But I rate it. So it's there, like, as I said, if you just start a new game in Mass Effect 2 and you don't import, you can play through that and, like, pick the decisions, like you saw there with Udina and Anderson, and it sort of, like, talks you through it. So it's a good way for people that haven't played the first one to, like, kind of work out what happened. And I like that. Very, very good, good idea. Top job, BioWare. It's good cinematic. That's good blood effects. This game looks so good. It's so well designed. Enjoy it a lot. Okay, now we're in. So we get to make our character, or remake our character if we want. I don't know what face they use. I didn't get a screenshot of what face they use, but it seems to be the basic. We can just go like default appearance, just to be safe, in case there's any weirdness. And we can repick our class. So they ran an adept. So basically you have soldiers, which are just gunmen, infiltrators, which are like sneaky sniper boys. They're basically... because there's three types of things. So there's pure engineers, which are all about tech powers. There's pure adepts, which are all about psionics. And there's soldiers, which are just pure guns. And then you have infiltrators, which I believe are the... are they the adept... no, okay, they're the engineer soldiers. You have vanguards. Oh yeah, they're the adept soldiers. And you have sentinels, who are the adept engineer sort of cross. I do like psionics, so I'm wondering if we go like vanguard or sentinel. Sentinel would be kind of fun, because it's not like a proper soldier. Because what do they get to use? They get to use heavy pistols and submachine guns. So they don't actually get rifles. Like, only the soldier gets a rifle, an assault rifle. I don't think anyone else does get it. No, they don't. It's just the soldier that gets the assault rifle, so which is fine. Like, the heavy pistol in this is actually quite good. So I am wondering whether we go that one. Throw, warp, overload, cryoblast. It's kind of fun. Biotic charge is pretty cool, but it's risky. Maybe we go infiltrator. AI hacking, tactical cloak, incinerate, cryo rounds, disruptor rounds. Yeah, actually that sounds fun. We'll do sneaky infiltrator. So we got John Shepard, Earthborn Soul Survivor, the Infiltrator. Looks good. Boom. Into the main game. It's only taken us like 20 minutes, but we're in the main game. We've probably still got some cutscene stuff. Like, obviously, you know, early in RPGs is where you get all the RPGs and stuff.
Damn it, Wilson. He's not ready yet. Give him the sedative. Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still. Try to stay
Don't try to move. First thing you do, move.
Brain activity is off the charts. Stats pushing into the red zone. It's not working.
Another dose. Now.
Jeez, don't you know who you're dealing with? Shepard always takes 2 doses. He's a beast.
I told you your estimates were off. Run the numbers again.
So, I mean, we're not dead. Like we should be. It has actually been years since I played Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3, I've played it relatively recently, but Mass Effect 2, like, it's taken forever.
Do you hear me? Get out of that bed now. This facility is under attack. Shepard, your scars aren't healed, but I need you to get moving. This facility is under attack.
it's kicking off out there. God, I don't remember what Mass Effect 2 combat is like. Okay, well, we're in. Give me a pistol.
This pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
Okay, so it's just going through all the stuff from the first game. So we're getting lots of like minerals and stuff, some credits, which is based on like. Okay, Miranda, thank you. Oh yeah, clips. In the first one, they didn't have clips. It was like all It was all like a thermal thing. Oh, enemy. Got him. Yeah, it was like weapons had cooldowns, so you just like shoot until you either overheated your gun or you stopped. Like there was no real weapon. Okay. Okay, so this is... I forgot how similar this was to like the third one. It's just like the third one, but worse. So, standard like cover-based shooting stuff. A lot more exciting than the first one, I promise. First one was very RPG. It was like, weapons all had like stats, and you had to upgrade to the best of weapons, and you could give them attachments and add-ons and all sorts of just insane stuff. We do have abilities as well, so I have Disruptor ammo, which I should turn on. I don't remember what 2 is. Is there a way to find that out? I guess I can go squad. I actually have 8 points to spend, okay. I have the Tactical Cloak, of course, and I can just upgrade Operative. We'll upgrade the Disruptor ammo, I think. So... Okay, and you can evolve it into one of the following. Okay. Can we not get Cryo ammo? Do we just... I'm guessing we need, like, some of other things. Oh no, we'll upgrade Disruptor ammo. Yeah, there we go, so now we have Cryo ammo. Okay. Might upgrade Operative as well, actually. I think Operative is just our, like, general stat improvement. Yeah, so more health, more damage, blah blah blah. It's just like, be better at what you do. And then we'll upgrade Disruptor ammo again. That seems good. So now we have level 3 Disruptor ammo. That's a big boy, and he just like riddled that guy with bullets. I saw a grenade launcher. Excuse me, beg pardon, grenade launcher. I saw that. Don't think I didn't. Oh, it's shift. There we go. Okay. Right, because space is run. Ugh, that's... It's going to take some getting used to... Oh, there it is.
Here come the mix.
Left shift to select grenade launcher. Ah, down here. There we go. Boom. And then we just kill the shit out of them. Okay, we'll go back to pistol. I think we can probably change that from... No, of course we can't. That's our abilities, right. Ugh, do I have to change that every time? Run through the fire and the flames. Okay. It's alright, Shepard's here. He'll come to save you. Just execute some mechs crawling on the ground, that seems fine. Okay, I won't sit there and watch it, I'll just walk around and listen.
Log update. The cost of this project is astronomical. Over 4 billion credits so far.
Oh god.
But nobody seems to care that we've gone I don't know where the bugs came from. Maybe.
This seems wrong. I love bugs in games that really shouldn't have bugs because they're released. Okay, we'll just bypass this. Individual nodes find matching symbols. When you found 2 matching symbols, select them to complete the circuit. Complete all circuits before we run out of time to bypass security. Yes. Oh, okay, so we have to like... Okay, that's matching. That was matching? Nope. Shit. Can I try again? Yeah, I can. Okay. Okay, so we just have to do it right. That was matching. Whereas that's matching, that's matching. That's matching, that's matching. Okay, that's kind of fun. I don't hate that as like a hacking mechanic in games. Okay, we won't go near the crazy chair of wonder over there. We'll just go back around the corner. Yeah, love it. Well, we've already hit a bug. Never said the games were perfect. Just said they're fun. Okay, that seems unnecessary. That seems unnecessary. Giant rocket. Oh god. We're getting riddled. Who are you, though?
What are you doing here? Thought you were still a work in progress.
Are you with Miranda?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot this is all new to you right now. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for—
Hostiles detected.
Damn it!
God, I love these kinds of talking cutscenes that are like very dynamic. It's not just, you know, the blank-eyed stare at each other.
I'll fill you in, but we better get you to the shuttle first.
Why are they attacking?
What's with the mechs?
Security. Usually they fight for us. Somebody must have hacked them. That should be impossible, unless you've got access. We've got to get you out of here.
So they probably got access.
I know this isn't the best time, but I'm sick of stumbling around when
Bullets flying over your head. I know this isn't the best
enough.
time.
I'll give you the quick version. You
Sure.
and your ship were attacked and destroyed. You were killed. Dead as dead can be when they brought you here. Our scientists spent the last 2 years putting you back together. You've been comatose, or worse, that whole time. Welcome back to your life.
Yeah, so it's been 2 years since,
I'm having
like,
some
the
trouble
start of the
wrapping my head
game.
around this.
Yeah, I can imagine. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. And if we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
What about my
Are there
crew?
any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20 questions with you all day.
You know what?
We're low on
Fair.
thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit them with the good stuff.
Yeah, biotics, that's what it is, not psionics. Basically the same thing. So, I can just do this, I believe. Do I like right? Okay, so I right click to drag it around. So then I can go, okay, Joshua, I want you to pull that guy. And he gets pulled. Isn't that fun?
Falling back.
I think you can also just go like Q.
On it.
I think if you just like say Q,
I promise that answer.
which is order your left squad
What do you
mate,
want to know?
You said they spent 2 years rebuilding me?
it just tells
How
them
bad
to do
were
the
my
best thing.
injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw
Sorry,
you,
Jacob,
you were
not
nothing
Joshua.
but
What am I
meat and
about?
Tubes. Anywhere else, they'd have put you in a coffin. But Project Lazarus was different.
I can hear people screaming in the background, just having a casual conversation.
What can you tell me about the project? Were there other test subjects?
Project Lazarus only had one subject. The whole point was to bring you back.
Like, this is how much of a hero he
That
is,
was
because
challenge.
they spent millions and
2
billions of
years.
dollars
All the
to
top
bring one guy
scientists.
back.
The best technology money could buy.
Okay,
The last thing I remember
about the
was
crew?
Normandy blowing up. Did anyone else make it?
Just about everybody survived. A few servicemen from the lower decks didn't get out. Navigator Presley was killed by an explosion.
Bomber,
But
not
everyone else,
Presley.
including the non-Alliance crew, the Asari, Liara, and the Quarian, they all made it out alive.
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know, Commander. It's been 2 years. They've moved on. Left the Alliance.
your eyes are a bit weird there, Jacob. I won't, like,
What's the quickest way to
ask
those
all the
shuttles?
questions all the time,
Depends where the mechs are thickest. It's probably best if
because most of the time it doesn't do anything.
Anyone on this frequency?
So we'll just,
Still alive out there? Hello?
you know, I'll play it by ear. We'll ask some questions sometimes, but I'm not going to sit here going through every single
Here with
dialogue
Commander
tree.
Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell?
Like, if you want that kind of playthrough,
Get him out of there. Get to the
sorry.
service tunnels and head
Like,
for the
it's
network
just going to take too long. There's a lot of dialogue in this
Roger
game.
that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
I think I remember a Wilson checking on me one time when I woke up.
That's him. He's the chief medical tech. Answers directly to Miranda. Come on. The service tunnels are this way.
Alright, so now I've got a boy with me. So yeah, he can use incendiary ammo on himself and pull. Is his two abilities. Alright, thermal clip. We'll take that. Alright, let's keep on moving.
We've been spotted.
Ooh.
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah, the disruptor ammo works really well. Pop his head. Boom.
They found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B! Hurry! They're out of control!
Up those stairs, Shepard.
Like, I know the story here, but he's still not very convincing, just saying. Like, He's a traitor, in case that wasn't incredibly obvious. Yeah, okay. Sure.
Shepard, down here! Bastards got me in the leg!
You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah, that was me.
Friendly fella.
How about we talk about this after we fix my leg?
Should be some Metagel in the first aid station on the wall. Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Grab the Metagel from the first aid station on the wall.
Yoink. We have 2 Metagel. And then I think we press 3.
Wilson's hurt bad. He needs help.
Yeah, there we go. That's how it works in the second one, right.
Thanks, Shepard.
God, I forgot how different this was to the third game.
Guess that makes us even now. I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs, but whoever did this fried the whole system.
Yeah, like...
completely irreversible.
Very... Yeah.
Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Very suspicious, just saying.
I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
You're all strangers to me. Let's get someplace safe, then we'll sort out whose fault.
Okay, you can see like his cybernetics.
You need to find Miranda.
Through his
Can't leave her
skin.
behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector. There's no way she survived.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only 2 possible explanations. She's either dead, or she's a traitor.
Maybe, maybe not.
I've known her long enough to trust her.
Yeah.
This project is
right.
Miranda's baby. She'd never sabotage it.
Okay, maybe she's not a traitor. But that doesn't change the facts. We're here, she's not. We need to save ourselves.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Bay is only a few. We can overload the canisters to clear a path to the...
Let us... Actually, yeah, hang on. Overload the canisters. You do that.
That's it. Let's get out of here.
Right, let's go! No.
Okay,
Alright.
we took him down. But this is getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
We won't make it if he's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project. The program that rebuilt you. It's funded and controlled by Cerberus.
I wiped out my share of Cerberus projects.
Yeah, so Cerberus is like this super pro-human, like secret, not secret society, but they're like a criminal society thing.
Things change.
That are super like human first.
They gave up. Cerberus spent a
And you do
fortune
fight them a lot in the first game.
Look, I'd be suspicious too. But right now we have to work together.
Like you kill
I
a
thought you deserved
bunch
to
of
know
them in the
what's
first
what.
game.
Once we're off the station, I'll take you to the elusive man. He'll explain everything. I promise.
Elusive Man? Is he in charge of all this?
Yeah. That's not his real name, of course. Nobody knows
Funny
who
that.
he really is.
It was a code name the Alliance used for him. Kinda stuck.
Fine, let's go.
If I won't get any more answers here, let's get moving.
It's not much farther to
Agreed.
Bay.
Ooh. Hack data pad? How do we hack? Oh, is this... Okay, so we need to find that code segment, which is that one. Then we need... Oh god, I've lost it. Is it that one? No, it's that one. We need the big green one. Oh, crap. Whoops. Wow, I have not done this for a hot minute. Okay, and that's the last piece of code. Nope, there's one more. It is that one. It's okay. I did it. What did we get from the hack? Oh, we got some credits. Neat. Yeah, wow, the hacking in this one. Shit, I had completely forgotten about it. This will be fun. Like, I have not played this game in long enough that I have forgotten more about it than I remember. Which is good. Like, you know when you play a game, you sort of remember the main story, but you barely remember how you get there. Okay, well, can you not be there? I shot his arm off. That fixed him. Go this way? So we are on, like you saw at the start, we are on normal difficulty. It's not, I wouldn't, like, it's not a hard game, but it's not easy either. Oops, that was a bad shot. That was a better shot. Oh, there's one behind me. There's 2 behind me, even. Okay, I gotta stop popping headshots and just, ugh. God, this... I love the combat in this. So much better than the first game. This looks like a job for me. Grenade launcher. Oh, nailed it. Nailed it. Okay. Remember how to do this. That's one. Okay, it's orange at the top. Starts on the top left. Oh my god, I don't see this at all. Is it just not here? Have I missed? There's one. And I need code that I don't see. It's one of these. There we go. Cool. More credits. Neat. Okay. We could listen to Miranda talk all day, but we'll have the rest of the game for that. If we want to ask her questions, we can. But for the moment, let's just keep a move on.
Come on, through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Dead?
Well.
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
Yeah, the idea of due process.
Even if you're sure, did he deserve that welcome?
He sabotaged the security systems, killed my staff, and he would have killed us.
You sure about that?
Sounds like a bit of a bitch boss, to be
We've
honest.
known Wilson for years. What if you're wrong?
I'm never wrong. I thought you'd have learnt that by now, Jacob.
Also,
you should have taken him alive.
now you can't question him. It is true.
Too risky. I've put too much time and effort bringing you back to life to let you get killed now.
You really think Wilson's capable of that?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I had a feeling Wilson was just looking for a chance to shoot me in the back.
Good instincts. Some people are far too trusting to ever see that coming. Come on, let's grab this shuttle and get out of here. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the elusive man?
Yeah, I do like that. Not anymore.
Ah, Jacob.
It's true.
I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get him to
The way they talk is a little bit
Well,
off
since we're
too.
getting everything out in the open, is there anything
But like,
else you want to ask?
this
before
game
we
came
go,
out a
Commander?
fair while ago. Is there anything he would really care about? Nah.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or two, in your case. Come on.
Like, I won't ask all the... Like, I'll ask prudent questions. I'm not just going to go through the entire dialogue tree just for the sake of going through the entire dialogue tree. Unless you want me to do that. Like, let me know in the comments. Do you want me to, like, really get into it and hit all the dialogue and, like, give you guys, you know, everything? Or would you rather me just, like, play through the game,
Before
ask
you
questions
meet the
if
elusive
they're
man,
important?
We need to ask
things
a few
like that.
questions to evaluate your condition.
Sure.
Come on, Miranda. More tests? Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The elusive man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
Did you say 2 years?
I mean, he seems surprised, but we already know that.
2 years and 12 days. And you were on an operating table for most of it.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done. Start with personal
I
history.
think the faces are the only thing that doesn't hold up that much.
Records show you grew up on Earth. Tough environment, no parents. You enlisted, and you survived a Thresher Maw attack that wiped out the rest of your team. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it. Everyone screaming, gunfire, blood everywhere. I was the only one who stayed focused on survival.
I read the report. 50 Marines died on Akuz. You were the only one who lived.
It's true.
Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Let's try something more recent.
Okay.
Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility. You had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave her behind?
It was a hard
I
choice.
left a friend to die that day, and I didn't do it casually. But I had to save as many people as I could. Ash gave her life for the rest of the team. Without her, I couldn't have stopped Sarah.
The third one looks
She died
so
a hero.
much better than this, though, which actually says a lot.
And I wasn't judging your decision.
Now that I think back on
Everybody
it.
at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes.
Yeah, so the thing on his arm is like, they call it an Omni tool.
I can vouch for Shepard's
It's just like a
combat
it's like a hard light holographic interface thing that everyone sort of
The elusive
has.
man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
It's cool. I like the idea of it, that everyone's just got like these invisible, like you just flip it on and it's like a hard light thing, so like it looks like light, but you can touch it. That's what hard light means.
The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room.
Alright, but honestly that seems like about the best spot we can find to like stop for the moment. So guys, we are going to leave this episode here. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the Aussie Nerd, feel free to subscribe to my channel and check out the other videos on there. If you think you know any friends might enjoy my content, make sure you share a video or two with them. Really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any hints, tips, tricks, feedback of videos, you want to mention any of the things that we talked about, anything like that, or you just want to say hi, make sure you do so in the comments section down below so that I can see it. And I will see all of you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.